We're back, I'm Jack, your British goat, and I thought I'd do something different. Usually we do reactions, but you know what, I thought I'm going to do my NFL predictions. I've never done a video that's not a reaction, so this might be pretty poo, but who knows, and we're just going to start straight off. I don't like waffling. We're going to right into week one, and I'm not going to choose the scores or anything, we're just going to choose who I think is going to win each game, and eventually it's going to spit out who I'm going to say is going to be in the playoffs, and then who's going to be in the Super Bowl, so this is going to be interesting. Let's go. Obviously, the Chiefs and Chargers are going to be in Brazil. I've got to give it to the Chargers. They got my favourite uniform. I'm not going to be too biased when it comes to things. Steelers will beat the Jets. Dolphins will beat the Colts. Bengals to beat the Browns. Raiders to beat the Patriots. I'm going to believe in Cam Ward and the Titans to beat the Broncos. And I've got to give it to the Bills there. My team, the Jags, will beat the Panthers. The Rams will beat... Yeah, they'll beat the Texans. Eagles. Soft spot for the Eagles there. They're going to beat the Cowboys. Saints to beat the Cardinals. I'm going to give Falcons the win. I don't really know anything about the Falcons, I've got to be honest, but I will give them the win. Washington to beat the Giants. 49ers to beat the Seahawks. I'm going to give... we've watched the Lions once this preseason. I know preseason's nothing to go on, but I'm gonna back the Packers to beat the Lions. I can't lie, I will. And Vikings to beat the Bears. That's pretty self-explanatory there. Submit week to pull. Log in to submit. Right. Well, that's been a waste of time, isn't it? You taking the piss? Okay, I didn't need to submit. We're cool. Like I said, this is all on the fly. I don't do edits. That's probably my biggest mistake. Never edited a video over the nearly 300 we've done, and I never will. Bills to beat the Jets. I've got to give it to the Dolphins. Oh, do I think we can beat the Bengals? I'll believe in us. I'll back us. Ravens to beat the Browns, yeah. Colts and Broncos. Again, two teams... and this is the thing about this, right? I don't know much about the NFL yet. So my predictions are fucking pointless. But I just thought it might be something cool to look back on at the end of the season to see how either right or wrong I was. Colts to beat the Broncos, I'd give them that. Chargers to beat the Raiders. Well, we got quite a few division games. Is that what you would call it? Or... inter-division games. I'm not too sure what you guys would call that. We don't have obviously things like that over in my football. Rams will beat the Titans. I would watch a lot of the Titans, probably in my own time more than actually on YouTube for Cam Ward. I need to start flying through these a bit more. Steelers, yeah. Super Bowl bloody in week 2. That's pretty cool. Do you know? I'll give it to the Chiefs. Tampa Bay to beat the Texans. Washington to beat the Packers. Cowboys to beat Giants. 49ers to beat Saints. Lions to beat the Bears. Cardinals to beat the Panthers, because I don't see anything good in the Panthers. I never have, or whenever we've done anything. And of course Vikings to beat the Falcons next. I'll tell you what, if I get to the end of this and he goes, you got to log in to see who you've put in the playoffs, I'm going to be pissed. Right. Bills versus Dolphins. That'd be a cool game to watch. I like both those teams. I'll give it to the Bills. I'll believe in Cam Ward against the Colts. Steelers to beat the Patriots. Jags, I will destroy the Texans. I feel like I'm being a bit too good with the Jags. Yeah, I've got them 3-0 currently. Shit. Actually, I hope also I've got my mouse turned on so you can see my mouse, because that would be a bit... silly else. I don't think I do. Chargers versus Broncos. Yeah, I give that to the Chargers, obviously. Vikings to beat the Bengals. I'll give the Jets a win against Tampa Bay. I will. I actually will. That might be a bit silly of me. Washington to beat Raiders. Packers to beat the Browns. Do you know what? No, I'm going to give it to the Browns. I'm going to give it to the Browns. That's going to be a mistake. Chiefs to beat the Giants. Lions and the Ravens. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll give that to the Lions. Eagles to beat the Rams. Falcons. No, I'm going to give the Panthers a win. I'm going to have to give them a win eventually. Saints, Seahawks, Cardinals, 49ers, Cowboys, Bears, Cowboys. Right. Next, week 4, here we go. Titans versus Texans. I'll give that to the Texans. Chiefs, Ravens. Give it to the Ravens. Fuck the Chiefs. Dolphins, Jets, Dolphins. Bengals, Broncos, Bengals. Ooh, there's a lot of... I need to figure out what that is called. This is in Ireland. Ooh, okay. I wanted to fly out to the college football game that's being played in a couple of weeks out of Dublin. I've looked at it. The tickets are cheap. I could fly over there for 20 quid. It's just then the actual football game is like 200 quid. So I'm going to have a look at that. I've got some time off my actual real job. So I might do that. If anyone is going and they're watching this, let me know and I might go. Vikings, Steelers. Oh, Vikings. New England, Panthers. We've been seeing New England for a while, I don't think. Chargers, Giants. Bills, Saints. Lions, Browns. I give the Rams to beat the Colts. I think I've really said the Colts are going to be shit this year. 49ers will beat the Jags, unfortunately. Raiders to beat the Bears. Yeah, it's the Bears. And then we got Seahawks to beat the Cardinals. Eagles to beat Tampa Bay. Washington to beat the Falcons. And Cowboys to beat the Packers. Right, next. We've got to start flying through this. I keep saying that. Right, I'll give it to the Ravens. Give it to the Raiders. Give it to the Bills. Give it to the Chiefs. They'll beat the Jags. I can't. Yeah, I can't see. So this one's over here. Okay. Damn, the Vikings twice. I might have to. Vikings. It'll be in London though. That's a fucking trek for me. That's like a 4-hour train ride. Right, where are we at? Cowboys. I really hope you can see my mouse because this is gonna piss me off if it doesn't. Eagles to win. Dolphins to win. Titans to win. Washington to win. Lions to win. 49ers to win. Giants to win. Seahawks to win. Damn, I've got the 49ers on a 5-0 and the Bills on a 5-0 at the moment. Oh no. No, I could see it happening. Well, yeah, week 6. This is another game in England. Okay. Broncos to beat the Jets. Steelers to beat the Browns. Dolphins to beat the Chargers. I really am going to believe in Cam Ward. How am I doing with the Titans? 4-2. Oh, okay, I think they're the top of their division. Okay. This just shows I don't really know too much what I'm talking about. This is all fun and games. Jags to beat the Seahawks. Ravens to beat the Chargers. No, that's the Rams, sorry. Colts to beat the Cardinals. New England to beat the Saints. Bengals to beat the Packers. Lions to beat the Chiefs. Bills to beat the Falcons. What does that mean? Coming off bye. Okay. Didn't know they were gay. Eagles to beat the Giants. 49ers to beat Tampa Bay. Fucking hell, 49ers are now 6-0 and the Bills are. Cowboys to beat the Panthers. Washington to beat the Bears. Week 7. Bengals to beat the Steelers. Titans to beat the Patriots because I don't think the Patriots are any good. Chiefs to beat the Raiders. Dolphins to beat the Browns. Chargers to beat the Colts. Rams to beat us, I'll be honest. Jets to beat the Panthers. Giants to beat the Broncos. Texans to beat the Seahawks. Eagles to beat the Vikings. Saints to beat the Bears. Packers to beat the Cardinals. Washington Cowboys. Cowboys to beat Washington. 49ers to beat the Falcons. Lions to beat Tampa Bay. I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling like my predictions are... There'll be if you know, this will probably only get about 30 views, probably not even that. But if the comments will be a bit like you're a fucking idiot, I'll get it. A lot of these are just I'm going from the heart, you know. I'm just going from the heart. Bengals to beat the Jets for sure. Patriots, Browns. I've got to give the Patriots a win. I don't think I've given them really a win yet. Oh, I have. I've given them 2. I'll give Browns the win. Yeah, I reckon Sanders will be probably starting QB at this point. Who is it? Is it Joe something? Will be the main one for the Browns because they had some guy who was he on some like sexual assault charges or something. I was trying to remember some comments I had. Titans to beat the Colts. Chargers to beat the Vikings. Nah. Vikings to beat the Chargers. 49ers to beat Texans. Bills to beat the Panthers. That's easy. Dolphins to beat the Falcons. Ravens to beat the Bears. Cowboys to beat the Broncos. Packers Steelers. That just sounds like a... I don't know. That just, to me, that's like a gritty game. I don't know if it is. It just sounds like that'll be like a Celtic versus Rangers over like, or Man United versus Tottenham, or West Ham versus Millwall type of game. Probably isn't. There's probably not a single rivalry between them. I'll give it to the Steelers because I prefer their uniform to the Packers. Chiefs to beat Washington. Eagles to beat the Giants, and Tampa Bay to beat the Saints. I don't think I've given the Saints a win yet, have I? Let's have a look. I keep hoping you can see. Okay, I've given everyone but the Bears a win. I'm alright with that. I'm alright. Sorry, Bear fans. Miami to beat the Ravens, yeah. Texans to beat the Broncos. Chargers to beat Titans. Steelers to beat the Colts. Jags to beat the Ravens. Bills to beat the Chiefs. I back Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes any day. Bengals to beat the Bears. Falcons to beat the Patriots. Packers to beat the Panthers. Lions to beat the Vikings. 49ers to beat the Giants. The Rams to beat Saints? Yeah. Washington beat the Seahawks. And Cowboys to beat the Cardinals. Like I said, I've never done a vid like this, so if this is really fucking boring, I do apologise. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of maybe react to this in a year's time and just see how, if my knowledge has grown of any stupidity that's come out my mouth right now. Broncos to beat the Raiders. Jags to beat the Texans. Haven't we already played them? I swear down this was a prediction earlier. Jets Browns. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I think Sanders will be the starting QB at this point. I've got to go with them. Bills Dolphins. God, two teams I do have a little bit of a soft spot for. I've got to back Josh Allen, and Steelers Chargers. Colts Falcons Colts. Ravens to beat the Vikings. Tampa Bay to beat New England. Giants to beat the Bears. Saints, you got another win, boys, to beat the Panthers. I just think the Panthers are shit. And that could be one thing. Comes back and bites me. Seahawks to beat the Cardinals. 49ers to beat the Rams. Ooh, Washington Lions. I'll give it to the Lions. And Packers Eagles. I'm giving it to the Packers. I've got to be honest. I'll give that to the Packers. 11th. Bloody hell. Right, how many weeks is there? Shit, what have we got? I've just realised, yeah, the 49ers are 10-0 at the moment. Oh, no. And the Bills are 9-0. Well, I forgot the Chiefs as. 5-4. Shit. Oh, well. New England, I'll give it to the Jets. Fuck New England. Texans, Titans. Again, I swear that's another game we've already had a prediction on. Give it to the Titans. I really believe in Cam Ward. That might be so stupid of me, but I do. Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. Jags will beat the Chargers. Chiefs to beat the Broncos. Ravens to beat the Browns. Dolphins to beat Washington. That's in Spain, is it? That's my heritage. Bills to beat Tampa Bay. Yeah. Cowboys to beat the Raiders. Vikings to beat the Bears. Panthers, Falcons. Falcons. Packers, Giants. Seahawks, Rams. 49ers, Cardinals. 49ers. Lions, Eagles. Shit. I don't know. I can't believe I put 49ers currently to be 11-0. There's going to be so if like I said, this ain't going to get any views, but there's people commenting probably going to be like, the 49ers are the shittest team in the league, and they end up going, I don't know, like, well, what's a bad losing season? What, 7 and it's not 7 and 10, is it? Like 8 and 9 or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember how many. Is it 16 weeks? I can't actually remember. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. Bills, Texans, Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Chiefs. New England Bengals. I'll give that to the Bengals. Ravens to beat the Jets. Raiders to beat Browns. Steelers to beat the Bears. Titans to beat the Seahawks. Jags to beat the Cardinals. Vikings to beat the Packers. Lions to beat the Giants. Saints to beat the Falcons. Ooh, Cowboys Eagles. That'd be a good game. I'll give that to the Eagles. Rams to beat Tampa Bay, and 49ers to beat the Panthers. Shit, I've got to put the Bills or 49ers to lose at some point. If you are enjoying this and you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please make sure to go down below and hit subscribe. I might want to do more videos like this, like maybe some quizzes or something. Get my knowledge up. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But I don't know. It's a weird recording these. Bengals Ravens. Again, I swear this has already been a game that we've... I don't know, but I'll give that to the Ravens. Or Jags Titans. Cam Ward versus Travis Hunter. I'll give it to us. I'll give it to the Jags. Texans to beat the Colts. Chargers to beat the Ravens. Bills to beat the Steelers. Cowboys, Chiefs, give it to the Chiefs. Dolphins, Saints, Dolphins. Jets, Falcons, Falcons. Browns, 49ers, 49ers. Washington, Broncos. Giants versus New England. Two teams I could not give a shit about. Giants. Lions, Packers, Lions. Eagles, Bears, Eagles. Tampa Bay versus Cardinals, Tampa Bay. Rams against the Panthers, Rams. Vikings, Seahawks, Vikings. 14. Ooh. Dolphins, Jets, Dolphins. Ravens versus Steelers. Give it to the Ravens. Jags to beat the Colts, easy. Titans to beat the Browns. Again, Broncos, just a team I know nothing about. Give it to the Raiders. Bills, Bengals, Bills. What's that red one? Coming off mini bye. Don't know what that means. They'll be the Texans, yeah. Eagles, Chargers, Eagles. Cowboys, Lions, Lions. Packers, Bears, Packers. Washington, Vikings, Vikings. Seahawks to beat Atlanta. Saints to beat Tampa. And the Rams to beat Cardinals. Right, we're pretty much, we've got what 1 or 2 weeks left. Let's kind of see. We've still got the 49ers and the Bills at 13-0, Dolphins 11-2, Rams 9-4. I'm not going to read every single one, don't worry. I got the Eagles 11-2, Commanders 8-5, Lions 11-2, Vikings 10-3. Bears have got 0-13. Oh no. Panthers have got 1-12. This is again the Panthers are weird, 1-12. Broncos are 2-11. Chiefs 9-4. Browns 3-10. Ravens 10-3. I've got the Jags as 10-3. Yeah, that's fine. Patriots 2-11. Jets 3-10. I feel like I've been a bit too nice to the Jets there, haven't I? Chargers, Chiefs, Chiefs. Bengals, Ravens, Bengals. Bills to beat the Patriots. Jags to beat the Jets. Dolphins to beat the Steelers. Texans to beat the Cardinals. Browns, Bears. Do you know what, Bears? I'll give you one win. There you go. Eagles to beat the Raiders. 49ers, Tennessee. I gotta give it Tennessee. I told you I'm backing Cam Ward. I'm backing him. Colts, Seahawks. Broncos, Packers. Falcons, Tampa. Washington to beat the Giants. Lions to beat the Rams. Saints to beat the Panthers. Cowboys to beat the Vikings. I believe this is the final week, right? Week 16. I think I'm right. Tennessee, Chiefs. Ravens to beat New England. Bills to beat the Browns. Jags to beat the Broncos. Texans to beat the Raiders. Miami to beat Bengals. Chargers to beat... Cowboys to beat the Chargers. Saints to beat the Jets. Lions to beat the Steelers. 49ers to beat the Colts. Rams to beat the Seahawks, yeah. Packers to beat the Bears. Washington to beat the Eagles. Vikings to beat the Giants. Tampa to beat Panthers. Cardinals to beat Falcons. Now, I believe... Oh, there is 17. Oh, I thought it was... Yeah, because 8 and 9 is 17, you fucking moron. Because a few... I know, wasn't it that Arizona and... Wait, I'm confusing myself. The Falcons and the Cardinals both had 8 and 9 last season, didn't they? So that does make 17. Chiefs to beat the Broncos. Chargers to beat the Texans. Jags, Colts, I swear that's come up. Jets, Patriots, Jets. Fuck the Patriots. Steelers, Browns, Steelers, Raiders to beat. I'll give the Giants over the Raiders. Ravens to beat the Packers. Bengals to beat the Cardinals. Tennessee to beat Saints. Miami to beat Tampa. Bills to beat Eagles. Cowboys to beat Washington. Lions to beat the Vikings. Seahawks to beat the Panthers. 49ers to beat the Bears. And the Rams to beat Falcons. Week 18. Okay. I don't know what this is. I didn't know there was 18 weeks. Hopefully this is not screwing me over and it's going to make me sign in, or I've just wasted my time. Chiefs to beat the Raiders. Chargers to beat the Broncos. Texans to beat the Colts. Bengals to beat the Browns. Bills to beat the Jets. Miami to beat the Patriots. Ravens to beat the Steelers. And of course we got the matchup with the Tennessee and Jags again, and I'll give that to the Jags. Rams to beat the Cardinals. 49ers to beat the Seahawks. Vikings to beat the Packers. Lions to beat the Bears. Saints to beat the Falcons. Cowboys to beat the Giants. Eagles to beat Washington. Tampa to beat the Panthers. Now we've got a wild card round. I don't understand what I'm doing right now. Is this because of how I've ranked each team, where I've got the Jags at 14-3, Titans at 11-6? You can tell I'm a Brit who's got fucking no idea what's going on. Fuck's sake. Bloody hell, they're playing again. Okay. Okay, no, this is really Travis Hunter vs. Cam Ward year, isn't it? Of how I've made it, clearly. I'm going Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. I'm going for it. Ravens to beat the Bengals. Jags. I've got to go Jags versus the Titans. I'm sorry. Cowboys to beat the Saints. Eagles to beat the Rams. Lions to beat the Vikings. Oh, God. Divisional round. Here we go. I told you I don't want to beat to the Jags, but... Fuck. I reckon we do the Ravens in. And Bills to beat the Dolphins. Oh, Lions. I think the Eagles. Yeah, I think they'll be the Lions. 49ers to beat the Cowboys. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going Bills to then beat us. For the Eagles to be the 49ers. For the Super Bowl to be the Eagles versus the Bills. And I'm giving it to the Bills. I think the Bills are going to win next year's Super Bowl. Look, I think I've... Oh my God, okay. So I've got the Bills at 17-0. The Dolphins at 15-2. Jets 4-3. Yeah, Patriots 2-15. Fuck the Patriots. Jags 14-3. Titans 11-6. Texans 7-10. Colts 3-4 is another. There's quite a few teams that got losing seasons, obviously. Colts losing season. Ravens 13-4. I do like the Ravens, but there might be a bit of bias. I like their kit. Same as the Bengals. I like their kit. Steelers, Browns, Chargers, Chiefs are 13-4. Raiders and Broncos haven't rated very highly. We're 2-15. Panthers are given 1-16. I think Bears 1-16 as well. Yeah. Cardinals 2-15. Rams have done quite highly, 12-5. Yeah. Cowboys 13-4. Same with the Eagles. I don't know. Look, that's just my predictions. That's me not really. That's me more going with my gut, not complete knowledge. You know, there's a few teams I have looked into a bit more. But look, let me know what you think about down below. Let me know who you think is going to be the Super Bowls. How stupid were my predictions? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, while you're down there, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. Hope you're having a great day. Peace.